Okay, so here we have a 2010 Ford Escape Hybrid. I've been getting recently some messages, check brakes, when I go to use the brakes going to a stop. The brakes still continue to work fine. The only problem is that the car will not go into hybrid mode until I turn off the car and turn it back on again. Then it clears. There's no problem with braking whatsoever. So the problem here is the vacuum line that runs from the brake booster down here goes to one of two places. Either to here, where it's getting engine vacuum. When your engine runs, it uses the vacuum from here all the way up to the brake booster to give it the boost that it needs to give you power brakes. And when the engine turns off in hybrid mode, it pulls from here, which goes down to the vacuum pump, which is beneath all this engine right here. So I went to put this in today, and the thing that I found was this hose that goes all the way down to the engine is a real pain to get to and replace, but there's a much quicker alternative, given that this is just a hose right here. There's no valve or anything like that. This is the key part, the valve that either takes it from the running engine or the vacuum pump right here. So this line right here, there's no valve in it whatsoever. You can reuse the existing line, and I'll show you how in a minute. Okay, so I've laid my old setup on here. This is the old tube that I got. This is an assembly you can buy from the dealer for about, unfortunately, $100, but you kind of need it, otherwise this annoying problem is going to continue. You pull this off of here, and this just really, if you give it a good tug, will pull right out of there. See? And you just pull that out of there. Push it back in right now so I don't forget to do it. Okay, pull that out of there. Where the engine gets its vacuum, there's a little red ring. You take the edge of a screwdriver and push down on that. Okay, push down on that. I'm holding the phone, so it'll be hard. Once you push down on that, this piece right here, this tube, this part, just pull up on it. So you got to push down on the red ring. This part will come out, okay? Now the key to saving yourself a lot of time is this right here. You can pull this from this valve. This is in the new one that you get, and I'll show you right here. This is the old one, and I'm going to pull it off. You got to twist it a little bit. See? So what you're really doing is just taking this new part. This is all the new that you want to take. Separate it from that old engine. Oops. Separate it from that old tube coming from the hose coming from the vacuum pump, and insert this new one in here. Insert that. This would be all your new part. Insert it back in here. Insert it in here. That's the vacuum tube going to your vacuum pump. And then insert it in here. You'll save yourself a lot of time. This hose going down to that vacuum pump, a real pain to get to, so you can just reuse it. It's a hose with no valves or anything. Should be good for a long, long time. And that should get rid of your check brakes problem that happens intermittently and is a real pain, but like I said, doesn't cause any problem because the engine will kick on to provide the vacuum when that vacuum pump, it doesn't detect that the vacuum pump is turning on. And that's probably just a problem with these valves getting a little bit old. So should be able to go another 140,000 miles on this, hopefully. Thanks.